Hello there. Welcome back to grade 11 business studies. In this video, we want to look at a past exam paper, and that is a question paper of March test, and we are going to uh, go through question 4 of that question paper. So, this is our section B. So, we are going to start with 4.1, which reads, read the case study and answer the questions that follow. South Fork Range is a cattle farm near Ifafa. South Fork Range recently opened the Airwings Meat Butchery, which is popular for manufacturing sausages and biltong. John Ross stores sells a wide range of veterinary products for use on the South Fork Range, as well as on other cattle farms across the country. Social issues may be impacting business. Employees feel that it's time to join a trade union. So basically, this is the case study that we are given. So you need to go through it before you go to the question part. So our question is on business environment. And the first part of the question reads, identify the business sectors which the various business enterprise mentioned above belong to. Use the template below to structure your answer. And you are given a template that we are given there that you just need to fill in. So the first that we have is South Fork Range. So you need to identify which business sector does South Fork Range fall under. So we are going to go to the case study that we are given and try to where it qualifies. So we have got South Fork Range, this big mentioned here, and the South Fork Range recently opened the Airwings Meat and Butchery, which is popular for manufacturing sausages and biltong. So is what we have. So we need to identify which where does it follow according to the sectors. Remember, we've got the primary sector. Obviously, we also have the tertiary sector, and also we have got the secondary sector. So let's try to see according to the information given. But if you go to the first sentence saying South Fork Range is a cattle farm near Ipapa. So it's a cattle farm. And this make it qualify to be a primary sector. Remember the explanation that we have in terms of primary sector. A primary sector involves the extraction and also it involves the production of raw materials. So basically, it's extraction of raw materials or production of raw materials is what describes a primary sector. So here we are having we have got cattle farm, which means they are producing cattle. So obviously it becomes a primary sector. So we are having primary sector on the first South Fork range. We are saying is the primary sector, and obviously we go to the next part. We have got Eric's Meat Butchery, but Eric's now is popular for manufacturing sausages and biltong. So it's now manufacturing. So it becomes the secondary sector. Remember, the secondary sector converts yes, converts our raw materials or our inputs into final products. So basically, that's what we have. There we are having the manufacturing take place, and we are going to see that also manufacturing describes the secondary sector. So on the second part, we have got secondary sector. And on the last part, we've got John Rostos. I'm trying to see in terms of John Rostos. Next sentence saying John Rostos sells a wide range of veterinary products for use in South Fork range. So it sells, so though it becomes a retail, it comes as a retail outlet whereby it's selling. So it's providing some services there. So we see that in this case, it falls under the tertiary sector. Remember the explanation on the tertiary sector, that when we're having a tertiary sector, that's when we are having a sector that is mainly centered on the provision of services. So basically, that's what we have. And retail outlets fall under also the tertiary sector. So here we are taking it as a retail outlet. So basically, that's what we have on this section. We are saying this one becomes your tertiary. Then we go to the next part. We say that we've written John Rostos is decided to use another company to transport their products. Then the first part 4.1.2.1 identify the term used for this avenue of business. So John Rostos has decided to use another company. It is using another company to transport their products. So transporting a product is something that can be done by the business. But when it's using another business, it means it's outsourcing. Remember the meaning of outsourcing, that it is a business practice in which companies use external providers to carry out business processes. So at the end of the day, you are seeing that the transport company that is being hired is an external provider. So basically, it becomes outsourcing. So we are saying outsourcing. Outsourcing becomes the response that we have. Then 4.1.2.2 said one advantage of this avenue of business. So obviously, when the business is undertaking the process of outsourcing, it's mainly giving the external provider the non-core activities that are being done in that business. And then the core activities are done by the employees of the business. So basically, that's what we have in terms of outsourcing. So by so doing, it gives time for the business to concentrate on their core activities. So that becomes an advantage of outsourcing. And also, it is a less expensive. Outsourcing is less expensive. Remember, you can only outsource when there is a requirement, whereby if you are to employ workers at work at your business, it means you are going to pay them salaries and wages throughout the year. So basically, that's the comparison that can be there. That makes outsourcing a little bit cheaper. So basically, those are some of the advantages that are there for outsourcing. So we have them listed on our other section. We have got advantage of outsourcing here, which allows you to focus on important business activities, which is here. And then we also have another advantage, staffing flexibility is possible. And another one is saying provides continuity during period over when we are having workers leaving our business or our workplace at a rate, maybe in this case, it's now at a faster rate because it's a staff turnover. So that our business operations won't be affected if you are outsourcing because we've got an external provider who is doing the work. So basically, that's how outsourcing becomes an advantage in that scenario. So those are the advantages that we have in terms of outsourcing. But if you go back to our question, you are going to see that our question only requires one advantage. So we are just going to take one from the list that we have there. Then we go to the next part of the question, which is saying business roles. So we have got questions on business roles. So first statement that we have says explain how a lack of skills may affect the operations of the business. So obviously, competence is going to be compromised. Competence of employees will be compromised when they have lack of skills. So obviously, it's going to affect operations of the business. Operations of the business will greatly be affected. So how they are going to be affected, we have the reasons. The reason being listed here, whereby it reads slows down the development of new products, technologies, and employees. So basically, we are saying they are less competitive. So basically, that's how it can affect. So on the second part, it says, how does lack of skills affect productivity of a business? So productivity, basically, we are saying the quantity that an average worker at a workplace is producing. If it's a producing company or a manufacturing company, we are saying on average, each individual worker is producing how many units. So that's productive. So how can productivity be compromised when you've got employees with who are lacking skills? So that's the scenario that we are having. So if you come to understand, you see that it makes employees slower in the production process, which is obviously going to compromise our productivity, and less responsible, also less capable of making decisions and less productive. So basically, that's the explanation that we have. Then we go to the next part of the question, which is discuss two functions of a trade union. So a trade union, we know that it's a union that represents workers. So basically, it's made up of members, whereby the membership is mainly is composed of workers. So workers composes the trade union. So basically, the functions of trade unions is to look after the grievances of their members, which are the employees or the workers. So basically, that's one of the function of a trade union, and also is there to undertake the collective bargaining responsibility, whereby they go and negotiate with the employer. So those are some of the functions, but we have them listed on our other section as functions of our trade unions. We have listed there. The first one is saying to enter into collective bargaining agreements. But obviously, we also need to understand what exactly is collective bargaining. So collective bargaining is a process of negotiation between employers and employees. Obviously, it's aimed to regulate working conditions is one of the main issues. So this is what we have in the first point, to enter into collective bargaining, being a function of trade unions. And then the second part, to advertise employers on human resource policies. And we're going to formulate and represent workers' rights at statutory level, and then to promote greater participation of workers in management decisions, to organize disputed grievances. So those are some of the functions of trade unions. But if we go back to our question, let's try to see. The question only requires you to raise two functions of trade unions. So you can just pick two from the list that we have there. Then we go to the next part of our question, which is now 4.1.5, which reads, John Rostos has come up with a new invention with regards to the health of the animals. They are afraid that someone will steal their idea. 4.1.5.1, list and explain three solutions to piracy. So when we have got someone who is using someone's idea without authorization, it's called piracy. So or there is reproduction of something. It might be a product that is being reproduced. So it's also piracy. So this question needs now solutions to such scenarios. So what solutions can we come up with that can solve those scenarios? So the solutions to piracy that we can come up with, we've got the issue of trademarks, the issue of copyrights also can also be used. So the question requires three. So we have listed patents, copyrights, and trademarks. So those are the three that can be used to solve the issue of piracy. So you go to other section, you see them they are listed, whereby they are saying we have got the issue of copyrights, whereby it protects. Obviously, is going to protect so that the artistic creations and written or recorded or filmed ideas cannot be copied or pirated. So that's a copyright. Then I will go to patents. A certificate that verifies that an invention is new or novel and is protected from piracy. So a patent, it's just a certificate that protects you from anyone that might be there to try to copy what you have. Or copy what belongs to you. So basically, that's a patent. Then you go to a trademark. It comes as a sign or logo or graphic representation that is used to distinguish one brand from another. So we have these three that comes as solutions to piracy. We have got copyright, we've got patents, we've got trademarks. They are used to solve piracy. Then you can as well go on and try to comprehend in terms of what goes on and explains the issue of copyrights and patents and trademark. So basically, that's what we have, guys, according to this video, and we can also try to take note that our question is 20 marks. So this is the end of our question. Please let's not forget to subscribe and share to our channel. Let's share the link to our colleagues who are doing the 11 business studies. Let's meet again in the next video. As for this video, I'm signing out.